Hey guys, it's Haps, and in today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We've got a collaboration with GroundedSAP. He's another SAP content creator. I'm sure all of you know who he is, but if you don't, go check him out. He's got some of the best thumbnails and has some pretty awesome videos. But he reached out to me and he goes, "Yo Haps, it took me a while to get a win with this SCUFFED custom pack. Let's see how long it takes you." Now I see that as a challenge, but I'll tell you what, he sealed the deal when he said, "Don't worry, Penguin is in there." So why don't we just take a quick look at the pack that he sent over. So my initial thoughts were, he's given me Penguin, so let's run a full squad of Penguin. Let's run 5 Penguins. How cool would that be to achieve? I've never done it. It would be awesome to do that in the pack exchange. Well, spoiler alert, that is not what I did. In fact, I failed miserably numerous times. So I had to completely go back to the drawing board. I had to reevaluate the pack. And when looking at it, I actually feel like there's some really good pets here and some really good items. Although scuffed in places, I feel like there was plenty I could use. So we have chocolate, we had blobfish pill, we had cat can. So there's scaling, there's leveling up. So you can almost go anything. But of course, I had to include the penguin. So let's see how we got on. I realized for the first minute of this video, all I've been doing is speaking about the challenge, and you've missed the whole early game. But trust me when I say this, you've not missed much. I basically played standard pack. I found some fish, I found some ants, I found a duck, and it's only here on turn 4 that I do anything interesting. We pick up a giraffe for scaling, which is going to be huge going forward, and we find a jellyfish. But I do have a small confession to make. This is the old jellyfish, and the more observant ones of you will have noticed that this is the old UI, and that's because this was filmed over a month ago now. Now in the time of filming this and actually recording this commentary, my PC blew up. But GroundedSAP has been super patient. He's given me time to rebuild my PC, re-record the commentary so that we could put the video out there. So just a big thank you to GroundedSAP for that. At this point, I felt I was quite strong. However, we come up against a monster of a team, and that weakness couldn't have been any worse for us. So we lose this round. Before I took on this challenge, I hadn't really committed to a set build. Well, apart from the 5 penguins, but that never got off the ground. However, when I found Double Jelly, it reminded me of a game that I recently played. Double Jellyfish plus a level 2 alpaca. Now, if you've never played that combo, it's so much fun. The scaling's crazy. Basically, you buy a pet, which gets leveled by the alpaca, which triggers the jellyfish ability, which then buffs the jellyfish. It's so much fun in the late game. So I made that my plan. Plus, as mentioned earlier, this pack has chocolate, blobfish pill, which we've already used once, and also pets like goldfish and clownfish. So there's lots of synergies there with the jellyfish, so I felt like the jellyfish route was good. That said, I've already rolled past a goldfish and a clownfish without a second thought, and I'll definitely say that's a bit of a misplay. Instead, I'm repping double giraffe, and I do this quite a lot when I'm playing the standard pack. I guess some of my standard pack routes here are leaking into the custom pack, but if you're lucky enough to find 2 giraffes early and you've got an extra space in the team, then the extra scaling can make a difference. So here, where we're not buying the goldfish and the clownfish, we filled that extra space with a giraffe. Okay, it was only a matter of time before I came up against a big dog or a starfish team. The buy-sell strategy is the meta in the custom packs, and this is because you can stuff your pack full of buy-sell triggers which synergize with one another. There are many of these in the early tiers, which can give you a great foundation to build around, but you do still need to find the starfish and the dog, because they're the linchpin and the anchor points for the buy-sell strategy. Now, in some of the vanilla packs that you play, like the standard pack and expansion pack 1, you do see buy-sell used because you have the likes of dog and buffalo. However, there are just less pets that have the buy-sell trigger, so they're just not as prevalent in the vanilla packs. So when it came to this challenge, it was these teams that I feared the most, and I'd hoped to get this over the line quickly. As it turns out, that wasn't the case. I froze the Spinosaurus here in case I wanted to pivot away from jellyfish. However, at this point, I think I'm committed. And it is funny how many of these Spinos I then go on to find in the rest of the run. But speaking of finding pets, we're turn 10 and we still haven't found a single penguin. I was promised penguins. Okay. The funny thing is, I'm watching this back for the first time doing this recording, and I did not know I found a penguin on the next roll. How crazy is that? As you know, this challenge was set over a month ago now, and when we were building our packs, we literally just went to custom pack and randomly picked pets. But since then, GroundedSAP has released a website, groundedsap.co.uk, and honestly, it's a SAP player's dream. There's so much data on there, from the weekly packs through to just the pets, odds calculator, there's video archives, there's so many amazing features. But my favorite one has to be the randomizer tool. It's perfect for challenges like this. You can randomize your team, you can randomize packs. Honestly, if you haven't checked it out, I would really recommend. But also kudos to the Teamwood Games team, because they've also included a pack randomizer tool in the game, which is a really nice feature. They've added an import and an export functionality for custom packs as well. So what I'll do is I'll add both this pack and the pack I gave to GroundedSAP into the description of this video. You can then import it and you can give it a try, and I would just love to hear what teams you win with in the comments. We find our first alpaca, but I'm struggling to see how I can fit this into the team without losing. We have 1 heart, so we're essentially on lethal. There's literally no room for error. And our only options are to sell the giraffe, which is currently providing scaling, or the eagle, which is pretty strong because it's essentially 2 pets at this point. And there's absolutely no way I'm selling the penguin. You've seen how hard it is to find that first penguin. And if we sell the giraffe, we'll have to sell the eagle at some point. And if we sell the eagle, we'll have to sell the giraffe at some point, because we need that slot to be able to cycle through the pets for the alpaca to level up, which then triggers the ability of the jellyfish, which then buffs the jellyfish. The whole strategy that we've been essentially working towards. So in the end, I decided it's just too risky, and I have to just stick with the team that I've got. Turn 14, we find a chocolate and we level the penguin into, yes, a Spino. We find a second chocolate and guess what? Another Spino. Yep, so for those who are counting, that is 4 Spinosauruses so far, 3 of which we've leveled into. Also, that turn was so good for us as well. We leveled the penguin, so we now have better scaling. We leveled the eagle, which now spawns stronger pets. Both of those levels buffed our jellyfish +2/+2 each time. And to top it off, we were able to buy melon as well. Honestly, if that turn had gone any differently, we would have been beaten in that last fight for sure. Each fight I went into from here, I was praying I didn't come up against a squad of 50/50s. I mean, this team was pretty scary. It's another buy-sell team with a level 1 buffalo. Thankfully, we make it through. We find our final eagle and we level into, yes, another Spino. That is 5 Spinos, 4 of which we've leveled into. Now at this point I didn't feel particularly strong, so my main focus was going to be buying food. And when I found a mushroom, I was torn. I was trying to decide whether to replace the melon on the eagle or put onto the giraffe in hope of that clutch win. I decided the giraffe, as I felt this was just better as it didn't rely so heavily on the RNG of the eagle. Somehow we find ourselves on turn 17 with this team, and we've survived so many rounds on 1 life. I basically just roll through, buying whatever food I can, and then we send it. And there we have it. We got the double jellyfish win, and we successfully completed GroundedSAP's challenge. I mean, this was a pack exchange, right? So in return of this gift, I sent GroundedSAP a custom pack. Now, when I was selecting my pack, I completely closed my eyes. I left it all to chance. But before I sent it, I wanted to make sure that it was beatable. Now, unfortunately, I completed my run whilst I was on mobile. But here is the highlights from my final fight. Now, if you want to know how GroundedSAP got on and what team he used to beat this pack, then go check out his video. This was a lot of fun, and you know, this commentary video is long overdue. So please let me know in the comments what you thought of the video, the pack exchange concept itself, and maybe what teams you try when you try out these packs. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.